Hey guys, it's me, the big dummy, John Cashew from South Jersey Beer Scene. I started this earlier. I was checking out to see what it looked like when I could watch it, and guess what? I was the only one watching. You missed some scintillating conversation. What we're doing here, thanks for hanging in there for a couple minutes. What we're doing here is we got together, me and Tom and Vic and Richard and Kristen, everybody that's with South Jersey Beer Scene, trying to figure out a way, to keep the conversation going and to support all our friends in the business. We're not getting together to do podcasts anymore, so this was the next best thing. Got a little software, got some kids that are TV, radio, and film, and we put together this little thing, hoping that we can entertain for a little bit. And if you want entertainment, tonight's the night, because I got some good guests here. Tonight, we got my friend Fun Bobby.
What's up? Cheers.
Tuck and Rob Callaghan from Tuckahoe Brewing Company. And as always, my partner in crime, Tom Renzulli, one of my head muckety mucks there at South Jersey Beer Scene. The guy that I said, "Hey man, I have an idea. Let's do this." And he's like, "Okay." So without
sure,
yeah, I'll do it. I'll do anything.
Yeah,
but times
are
well, times are really tough out there, and we hate to see a lot of our friends out there going through this thing. Not just in the beer industry, the food industry, all the people that are shut down this week that can't work, that aren't getting paid. Guys got like Tuckahoe and all the Tuckahoe. We're using them as an example tonight. Are out trying to figure out ways to bring a little revenue in. Because, it's getting kind of into the peak season. It's almost Easter. It's springtime. People want to go outside. People want to buy beer, getting spring fever. So I figured we'd bring Rob on tonight. We can talk about some beer. Then we'll talk about his possible political run in 2022. Hashtag FunBobby 2022.
Landslide. Landslide.
So he's always short of opinion. So that ought to be awesome. So anyway, thanks for coming on tonight, Rob, and hopefully we'll be able to do this on Tuesdays and Thursdays, bring some people in from around the beer business. We had a couple of heavy hitters lined up. Maybe not New Jersey, but they sell beer in New Jersey, and we're really excited about that. And I know my friend Vic's Bilo is very happy about one of them. I can't really announce it yet. So, Rob, what are you doing?
I'm hanging out, man. Winding down from my exhausting day of work.
So what does a beer salesman do when there's no beer to sell?
Well,
sell beer.
Right now, our distributors are, trying to sort things out as well. So we're all in the same boat here. It's not an easy process. There's, everybody's wondering what to do. It's unprecedented times, and when all this really started, when all this shit hit the fan, everybody panicked, and the first day when everybody started saying we're not picking up beer and blah blah blah, they're closing the bars, I thought my head was going to explode.
As did everybody else.
Yeah, and came home, my wife was like, "I got to take your temperature." She's like, "You have the virus?" And I'm like, "No," but we took it anyway. It was fine. I was overwhelmed. It was. After sleeping, taking a couple melatonin, I woke up and tried to formulate a plan for Tuckahoe to get through. I said, we need a concrete plan. We can't just fly by night here. So I kind of drew up an outline. I emailed it to everybody involved, the owners, the brewers, everybody. Everybody agreed that it was a good plan. I probably ended up canning more beer than I really wanted to, but I felt like the beer would stay a little more fresh.
What are you drinking there tonight, there, Mr. Fun Bobby?
Yeah, this is one of our two newest beers. These were intended for Beer Fest.
And we'll talk about that too.
Yeah, hopefully I'll have a label approved in a couple weeks because they've been going pretty quick, which is amazing. This is called Funny Colored Balls. It's a 6.5% hazy IPA. I don't know if you can say it. Yeah. It's on the dank side, which I like. It's got Mosaic, Eldorado, and Equinut in it.
Yeah.
So it's got a little zing to it, but it's perfect. It's a good drinking beer.
Well, being as though we're drinking beer, let's go down the line. What do you have tonight, Tom? What are you drinking?
Right now, I'm right on schedule with the Tuckahoe. I have Mr. Jingles.
So
nice circus house.
Mr. Jingles. What's Mr. Jingles?
Mr. Jingles is
other than the best name for. Never mind. Go ahead.
Hazy. It's a hazy pale ale. Okay. Also intended for Beer Fest. I'm trying to remember. See if I can remember what that.
If you make it up, nobody will know the difference. So just make some stuff up.
I'll tell you in a minute. Let me get to it. It's in the text.
Hey, if you guys want to send,
I'll tell you what, it's delicious.
If you guys put
anyway, there's 3 hops in it. I forget. But
if you guys if you guys comment, we'll be able to put them on the screen. If you got fun Bobby questions or questions for Tom, just throw them up there. We'll give us something to do too. So what you're checking that out? So I got here in South Jersey, Brick City just started distributing down here, and I don't know what to do with my hands. I got their Just Another IPA. This is the double IPA, and let me tell you what. I've had Brick City before. I'm happy to see another New Jersey beer down here. It's really, really good, juicy, really nice on the nose. Good stuff. So thanks.
I can tell you.
Go ahead.
Motica, Yarillo. I didn't even find it. Motica, Yarillo, and
he had it for a second, guys.
I don't fucking remember the last one. Anyway,
there you go.
It's delicious. So it's got like hints of vanilla and melon. It's delicious. It
is.
I actually
it really is.
Got a bunch of people Saturday. They're like, text me and they're like, when can I get Mr. Jingles? And I said, yeah. So I went into 6 people and I said, if you guys get your orders to me, you can get it. I'll meet you Saturday, which I did. We had a social distancing cheers in the parking lot, but we won't do that anymore because I don't want to get the governor on my ass. So I told them, they said, tell me about the beer. And I said, it's better than 90% of the hype beers out there. And they said, you always say that. I said, I've never made that statement. And I'll tell you what, those guys hit a home run. They made me proud. It's a shame that this beer didn't make Beer Fest. And it might, we might do something similar to it, but it's a great beer.
Let's talk about Beer Fest a little bit. So, that's our Super Bowl every year. And we love what John and his gang does for not only just at Beer Fest, what they do year-round with these events. And as it kept getting closer, I know we were all pretty friendly with John. And, we were talking to him. And I'm in the medical field. And that part of me was just like, there's no way they're going to let this happen. And if they did, I don't know how many people would come out. So quick on their feet. They were able to move it, have the same bands. There might be some people missing that, don't have the commitments, but I guarantee you, no matter who's there and how many breweries, it is going to be the same spectacle that it always is. I'm just hoping that this all clears up enough so that we can enjoy it at that time of the year.
Yeah.
I think it will be by then, and I think everybody's going to be ready to let loose by that time.
Yeah. I'm hoping so. I mean, look, everybody is going through some tough times right now. I mean, I'm in the healthcare industry. Dan Hoover's saying you got to smile, Tom. So you better put a big smile on there for him. Anyway, nice. What's up, Kev?
I can't find this damn thing on the thing. D Hoove, what's up, buddy?
So it was nice to see it was rescheduled. I know there's lots of events that are coming up. With Beer Fest is coming up in June.
First day when everybody started saying we're not picking up beer.
Oh, there goes Rob playing Facebook out loud.
No, that was me.
Oh, it was you? Okay. Technical difficulties. We're learning how to do this.
I can't even get on there. I'm challenged.
All right. Well, you know what?
It's all good. I don't need.
My dogs are going to start barking now, so have fun with that.
That's every day.
It's all day, all night. They bark at everything. They're barking at me now. They can't figure out what's going on. So Beer Fest. What are your thoughts, guys?
I think it's going to happen. I'm a big fan of John. He's a huge supporter of everything we do in the beer business. I met him when I was at Pinelands when I worked there, and he's been my boy ever since. And I just love everything he does. Every event he does is A1.
Yeah, and there's a lot of events.
It's a good time.
That's my dog's barking again. I have a little dog. He's a little challenged, and I haven't been able to get near him since we've gotten him. But that's okay.
Stop kicking him.
I'm not. I can't get that close to him. He's fast.
Yeah. If you give him an edible, he'll leave you limb.
An edible what? Anyways.
Something.
So Beer Fest is the new dates are August 7th and 8th. Is that where I'm?
7th and 8th.
7th and 8th. Convention Center. He's got everybody together. It should be hopefully that this is all over by then. That people are taking the right precautions and staying at home. I mean, look, nobody needs to wash your hands.
Hands.
Nope.
I don't know what you were doing before this.
Yeah, I mean,
that's scary. You got to tell people to do that. It's a
So-
little scary.
So when you guys are doing beer curbside, what are you guys doing?
So basically, I make a post every day. Try to say what we have, and find the growler menu on tap. But we're gonna run out of growlers soon. So, make a post. People call. I mean, we put a huge sign out. We put one of those signs out on English Creek now with the letters. The big long block sign. With our message, call this. And it seems to be working. I mean, somebody pulled in today and they're like, "Can I order such and such?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "What time will we be here?" We're out in the parking lot. I'm like, "I'll be right out." So they give me their credit card over the phone. I ring it in manually. Scribble something as their name. I wear gloves. I wear gloves to fill the growlers. I wear gloves when I go out. I staple their receipt and an itemized receipt on. We're utilizing our old bottle boxes, so that's what I carry everything out in. And they either have their door open or their trunk, and I put it in.
And I think the governor being a little bit helpful to the businesses that he knows he can help. I know that a lot of the takeout businesses, a lot of the me and we eat at the diner like 3 nights a week because we don't cook, and they're even doing takeout now. So we encourage everybody. You can still get takeout. You just got to make sure that you clean the package good when you open it up, wash your hands again, and take the food out and eat the food. I mean, you have to be clean. I mean, I don't know who's not doing that to begin with, but it's the packaging on the outside. I know you guys have heard this. We're not here to give you a lecture, but you can support your local businesses that you were supporting before. They need your help. I think everybody needs your help. Being in healthcare,
Absolutely.
And Tom works for the school system. And Rob's wife works for the school system, and my whole family's in healthcare. I think it's a really, really tough time. We're all a little bit scared, but I know that if we follow the rules, and we'll get through this. It may not be in 2 weeks, like our president's saying, but I think
it might not be Easter, like he's saying.
Well, I think that everybody needs to be.
He was being hopeful, I think.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are being hopeful, but I think the nice thing that's come out of all this, to be on Facebook and see. I see posts all the time. Hey, this is what we have at Kings Road today. And our friends at Ain't Sand are doing some stuff. I see Josh out there doing little, pictures of himself in front of the brewery. Zach down there at Gusto, they're bringing back some of their oldies but goodies.
I had his blackberry sour today.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, Chris Martin, or your favorite beer delivery man.
Yeah. I think
my favorite Martin?
He lives around the corner from me. And
yes, Dino's in Sillville, Zach Pashley.
While I was talking to you on the phone earlier, he was texting me, and then I see him pull up behind me, and he had the crowler, and he said, "You want to share this? It's from Gusto." I said, "Sure." I said, "Let me go get you a glass." So I got him a glass. I handed him his glass. He poured mine. He poured his, and we sat 6 feet apart. I said, "If we're not 6 feet apart, my wife will be yelling at us out the door. I promise."
Chris is a good guy. I think every time I go to a brewery, Chris is there. It just seems like he's there. I mean,
he said to me, he's like
I'm
losing more weight even though I'm not going to the gym because I can't go to the tap room after work and I can't stop at all the breweries on the way home.
I know. I would see him. I was like, I never saw him at Cape May ever. It's always at one of the local breweries here. So as time goes by, and this is kind of what I wanted to talk to the brewers about. So are you brewing beer now? Like, are you brewing beer? Like, what are you doing? Like, what are...
I saw some people that said they were brewing beer. I would not brew any beer right now.
Like my son-in-law, Adam, over there at Garden State, I know he's gone brewing some beer right now, and I guess, I don't know what you guys do at this time. Do you, I know everybody's got to be optimistic, and it is going to change at some point, but what do you do with beer?
Right now I can tell you this. I don't even know how many, I might be over 700 cases of beer right now. Because let's say 200. Yeah,
he's doing math, guys.
I have at least 500, over 500
Smoky.
cases of beer. Our kegs, like the newer beers that we just did, I basically did 2 halves, 6 sixtels, so I have that somewhere for maybe growlers. Our core beers, like I gotta tell you, I have easy 400 kegs, and the kegs aren't going anywhere because
nobody's pouring draft.
Sure. I also talked to one of my distributors today. some of the bigger ones. My bigger distributor up north. So he's like, no new items, no new SKUs. Like a lot of liquor stores aren't going to take new SKUs. Some of the liquor stores are shutting down, and they're big ones. 72 Buy Right owns 3 more stores. He's shutting all his stores except for that one.
Yeah, I saw that. Like one of my favorites, White Horse over there in Absecon, they're shut down. I know Scott and our friends at Canals, they're keeping their doors open. I think 10 to 6 down here. And I know there's places all over the state that are struggling for this. One of the things that I find interesting is that they shut down the liquor stores in Pennsylvania. And on Saturday, Wilco's and Pennsauken had like 100 people out the door. I heard they had to shut down.
The cops shut them down.
They had to shut them down.
Well, there was no social distancing. They were like on top of each other.
No, but I think that they closed the liquor stores in Pennsylvania. And I mean, that place is a hop, skip, and a jump over the bridge. And I've been there many times. They just remodeled it. It's absolutely gorgeous. And people are calling me saying, hey, they're closing Wilco's down. There's my son-in-law Adam, the brewer at Garden State. They're doing a lager next. We'll see what's happening there.
That's a good move because you can let it sit for a while. You know what I mean? You can't make a hazy IPA now.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Make a bock. Make something that has to sit in tank for a while.
So Vic has an interesting question. He said, "Are bars able to growler pour what they have on tap now?"
It's funny that you asked me that. So I got a phone call Sunday from my buddy Patty over at the beer garden. Yeah, Patty and I go way back. I met him when he first came over from Ireland. He picked my brain a little bit about growlers. He said, "I'm sorry to interrupt your anniversary." I'm like, dude, it's 12 years. Like, we're good. Yeah. I said she doesn't mind. So we talked, and the longer this goes on, like that's something that they're contemplating, and I don't see anything wrong with it. Yeah.
Well, I think so. I know you talk to Alexis a lot, the NJBA. Yeah. And
I do.
Maybe
she's aces, by the way.
Yeah, she is. She's a good Lexi
Absolutely.
That's my Lexi Deegs, as I like to call her. I mean, everywhere I look, she's there supporting local, not only just breweries, wineries. She's out there beating the path for all the local businesses, and is really
all over the state.
And really, really, really done a great job. I'm curious to see after all this is over, when they go to start enforcing stuff again. Maybe this is the thing that changed a few minds of what breweries mean to a community, what local eateries mean to a community. I mean, it's clear that if we had closed everything, this would be a nightmare. I mean, we'd be talking, it'd be crazy.
There'd be riots, bro.
Not the fact that everybody needs alcohol. I think it's kind of one of the things where, like, we're stuck in the house. It's nice to have a cocktail. And, me and you, Rob, we kind of have our Friday hangout, and our friends over at the Tuckahoe Inn at that. We go.
I miss
there.
You, Phil.
We miss those guys. I mean, we go over there. It's kind of like home, and I know they're having a tough time. I mean, they're not working, and a lot of those people are. It's seasonal to begin with, and then they're pulling into their season. So maybe the governor sees this as a good thing and gets more involved. I don't know. I'm not a politician, but I do know having the breweries open. I know. Fun Bobby 2020. Mark your calendars.
2022.
2022. What are you running for, by the way? Did we decide?
I decided that I'm going to go straight to Congress because you know what? Listen,
why not?
Why not?
I know. Listen, I know they got a deal done today, but I'll tell you this: I follow this stuff. I look at every avenue there is, and here's the deal: their idea of what the common man or the middle class is very skewed. And I got to tell you this: here's the deal. Look at the top people in Senate. These people have been there. Nancy Pelosi's been there 40 years. All of them have been there way too long, okay? And listen, Donald Trump is faced with something that no one has ever faced before, okay? And I'm not going to sit here and toot his horn or whatever. I'm not going to toot any politician's horn.
This is the rant we were talking about.
Here's the rant. They don't care, dude. It wasn't supposed to be a fucking job, okay?
Sorry, kids.
Sorry, I curse. It wasn't supposed to be a job at all. Thomas Jefferson flat out said some of the things that he wrote, and people might say, "Oh, he did this or whatever." He wrote a lot of stuff that made a lot of sense before it ever happened. Large cities. They said it was a problem. He always said it was a problem. Being in terms too long. These people. Here you go. Rand Paul, you're a moron. Okay. You have a godlike complex because.
Hold on, can I ask you a question? Don't hold back. Tell us how you really feel.
I'm not. Wash your hands. Don't social distance, but let's go to the gym together, guys, because we won't get sick. You're a jackass.
All right, so I got a question. Jack Morris is asking us, is there any chance that you think the government liberalizes brewery regs to help create jobs in New Jersey after this blows over? What do you guys think?
I gotta tell you, they've been pretty good with us, dude. They could have shut us down.
Uh-huh.
They could have said us, you guys are done. Right now we're keeping working, and honestly, like, my hat's off to our ownership because we're still working. I know there's people that aren't working right now, and I thank my lucky stars every day, and I can see the anxiety with the people I work with because it's an unknown for us. We don't know what's going to happen next.
Yeah, I know. I work in healthcare, and we have people that are coming to work, and I deal with oxygen patients on a daily basis all through South Jersey, and my people are scared. I mean, they're happy that they're still able to work, but it's a tough thing. And then they're always like, I'm the beer guy. Like, what are they doing with the breweries? They're all. It kind of creates a little bit of a sense of normalcy, and I think that the government recognized that. If we could just get people to stop standing next to each other in line and follow those little arrows down the grocery store things that they have set up, go the way that the arrow's gone. It drives me nuts. I'm there and somebody's coming. I feel like I got to turn around and run the other way. And
stand on the X's.
Stand on the X's. Yeah, they've done a heck of a job doing all that. It's it may be the new normal for the next couple months.
Sure. One thing I would like to reiterate, people are like curbside takeout. Like, I try not to lock the doors. Like, I don't want to feel like I'm in prison. Like, I've had people walk in into the brewery. I'm like, no. They're like, I don't understand. Like, I had a couple come in the other day. They had a bag of pretzels. They're like, we're coming in for a drink. And I'm like, you're not. I'm sorry. I'm like, I don't know what country you live in, but we're not open. And I had to explain to them, like, it's just like a bar, like, we're not allowed to have public gathering, and it's eerie. And like, I drove home the other day and I talked to my craft beer manager at my distributor, and she was telling me, like, I drove home before, but she was going down to she lives near me, and she was down the same road, and she was on Tilton Road, and she was like, it's so eerie. She calls me Robbie. She's like, Robbie, it's so eerie because there's like 3 cars out here at 5:30. That is weird.
It is a little different.
It is.
Yeah.
I have an office down here in South Jersey, and I also have one up in the Deptford area, and it really is crazy. I go to work in the morning on 55.
Is there traffic?
There's a little bit of traffic, not much.
Yeah, it would like freak me out.
It's a little bit crazy. I want to talk about something real quick, about something that we're doing that nobody's thinking of. I'm going to take you guys off because everybody wants to look at me. So one of the groups that we are involved with that we're trying to help out are the people at Sea Turtle Rescue, and we adopted a turtle.
There's Tiny Tim.
It's Tiny Tim. I mean, it's $30. If you guys, I appreciate, Claudia and Pete Beta, thanks for your generous donation when we put that up last time, and everybody who donated, Raphael, Zach, Dan, everybody was out there.
I love turtles.
These guys, I know, I love turtles too. The zoo's closed where they have it, so they don't have people coming in, doing the donations and stuff like that. So if you have the means and you have a couple dollars, these guys do a really, really good job. They rescue sea turtles up and down the coast of New Jersey. They are at www.seaturtlerecovery.org. We very, very, we love what they do. They're really, really good people. They're local South Jersey people that they couldn't find a place down here. Up in Orange, they were able to get to it's by the zoo up there. They were able to get a space, and they are doing really, really good work. Just because everything is shut down doesn't mean that the turtles are not coming getting beached. They do not, they need to be taken care of, and these guys are really doing. So seaturtlerescue.org. You can donate as low as $1. We adopted a sea turtle for $30. It's the coolest thing. I don't get to bring them home for weekends or anything. Well, I'm sure Mrs. South Jersey Beer Scene would love that. She's a big turtle fan. That's how the logo ended up the way it was. Me and Karen were so wrong about the bird, right, Tom? But it's one of the things we do. The other thing we like to say is, we're in the business sort of, but our livelihood does not depend on breweries. We do this for fun. We love promoting the local breweries. We love the people that we work with. We're really, really hurting for everybody, and not only just the breweries, the bars, the restaurants, the liquor stores, the barber shops. I mean, look at this. My hair is crazy out of control right now. Rob Callaghan gets his hair cut every week. I don't know what he's doing.
2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks.
I'm good right now. Listen. I found my old clippers. I'll shave this shit off. I don't care.
But I think that if you guys, if people are working and you have the means, it might be time to buy a gift card. It might be time just to do that to help people get through this. I know they're signing these bills in the legislature. I know they're going to get people money that need it. But you know what? It's a short-term fix for a long-term problem.
He got stuck. He's frozen.
Tom, you're frozen.
I'm not. John's frozen.
John, you're frozen. We're having a good time. This is fun.
Guys, listen, it looks like the streaming capabilities are getting crazy. So we're going to shut it down. On Thursday, we have Kristen Wilson, who is doing a new podcast with us. It's called Beer Lady Group Chat, along with Aaron Taylor from Bonesaw, Kristen from Eight and Sand. And I'm going to get everybody's favorite up here, Vic Spalo, rhymes with J-Lo. He'll be up here doing this. So Tuesday nights, it looks like it's going to be me and Tom. Thursday nights, it's going to be me and Vic. And we'll try and keep this going. Hey, there's Paul Venice. Paul's saying, hey.
Don't finish yet. We can go a little longer.
We can go a little longer. But we want them to keep them wanting more.
It's the first show.
It is the first show. So we're going to end on a high note. And we're going to say, hey, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Tune in on Thursday. Like I said, we're going to try and do
Hold on a minute.
Hold on. Rob's got something to say.
Well, he's got something to say.
Jesus. I always like to end things on a good note.
Okay.
So I do watch ABC News, World News, and I love the America Strong. So we should just call it Brewery Strong. You should end with Brewery Strong.
Okay, Brewery Strong. Sounds good. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Brewery Strong.
Listen, guys. We're all struggling, and we'll make it.
Together.
Rise up. Support your local brewery. Do some curbside takeout. Support your local businesses, too, because we rely on them just as much as they rely on us.
That's true.
Listen, we all want to get back to normalcy. Just do what you said. Like, listen, I'm a guy who's very hard. My wife finds it very hard to find me. She doesn't track me on my phone. But you know what she hasn't asked me in about a week and a half? What time are you going to be home? Or where are you? Because I'm home. I go to work. I wash my hands the whole time at work. I bleach the whole tasting room before I leave. And then I come home and we have dinner. And I drink beer. Sometimes I drink too much. But listen, guys, we all miss you. I miss you two guys. Yeah.
All right, well, take us out.
Miss you too.
Everybody.
Callaghan out.
Cheers to you guys. Peace out, bitches.